See, what is the difference between certification and certificate? There is many students have a problem. Recently, I come across one student. She has enrolled in one course. She said it is an American certification. Basically, it is not an American certification. It is a local training provider. They created a fake American certification body and they were issuing the certificate. First of all, there is huge difference between certification and certificate. Certificate is nothing but like our degree program. We go for a college, we study 3 years. At the end of the third year, they will issue one certificate. So who is going to evaluate? Like the university people or college people. If it is autonomous college, they evaluate our knowledge. They conduct some examination and we will do it. But certificate is going to focus on, like for example, we cannot say that it is going to give you any knowledge. It is going to give you some information about a related subject. Like for example, let's say I want to study Tally, or I want to study MS Excel, or I want to study history. So I go to your college, I go to your training institute. They teach me history, they teach me Tally, they teach me MS Excel. But who will define the course content? The instructor themselves, they will define the course content. Is it compared against any benchmarking? Nothing like that. Whatever he knows it, whatever the professor knows, or whatever the body knows, they will define the course content, and based on the course content, they will teach and examination will be conducted. So there is no guarantee that, okay, this is going to give me a complete knowledge about MS Excel or Tally or history. It is not like that. But certification, it is not like that. Certification, it is going to teach you the best practices. The world best practices. And the best practices, we call them as a standard. Standards are coming from professional body, professional institutions. So what they will do, first they will develop a standard. Sometimes they call them as a BOK, body of knowledge. Then they provide a training based on BOK, based on the standard. Now people has to go for an examination. This examination is going to test the 3 types of knowledge. One is understanding, another one is implementation, third one is going to be analytical. If a person has experience, minimum required experience, then only he can pass the certification examination. So now here we need to understand one thing. Certification or standards or BOK, body of knowledge, has developed by a professional body. Now examination will be conducted by some third party. A training may be a self-training, or he may go to some training company and he will do the training, he will attend the training based on standard only. For example, I want to become a project manager. So I go for PMP training. PMP training will teach me only how to become a project manager or how to improve my project management knowledge and skills. Correct? So that's called always certification is very specific, but certificate, it is not specific. Certificate will teach you everything. Sometimes it may be used, sometimes it may not be used. But certification, it is going to be based on job and what are the roles we are going to perform. Those roles will be, those responsibility will be converted as a course content. Those content, what are the best practices are used by the industry, what are the standards are used by the industry, that is going to be examination content. So we study only those things only we will study, and examination also will be based on those standard only. It is not going to ask you anything out of standard. Within the standard they will ask you question, but we need to validate. It is an opportunity for us to validate our education, experience and knowledge. See, I will compare with ISO certification for a company, ISO certification for a company and PMP certification. ISO certification for a company, which is going to certify a company after evaluating, after auditing and ensure that they are complying with the particular classes, ISO classes. So for that, what company will do? They prepare a lot of documentation. They do implementation. They will show the records. They will show the reports. Then once the auditors are satisfied, then they will certify a company. Okay, you are ISO so-and-so certified. Similarly, PMP certification, which is going to evaluate an individual, their education, experience and knowledge. After evaluating everything only, they will certify, okay, you are PMP certified. So there is no much difference between ISO certification for a company and a PMP certification for an individual. One is a company certification, another one is an individual certification, but process will be same. So there is a huge difference between certificate and certification. Now, first one, let me summarize it. Certification is based on specific job roles. The examination content will be developed based on job roles. As a project manager, as a facility manager, as a maintenance engineer, what I will do. That is going to be my course content. Number two, this course content is based on international standard. The international standard certification body, kind of their research and development institution, they always develop best practices. Third one, examination will be conducted by a third party, right? Fourth one, certificate never look for a recertification, right? I have done a training, MS Office training in a training company. They will not ask me to recertify after 3 years or after 2 years, but certification needed. Why? Continuous improvement. Because continuously the knowledge is evolving, right? There is a lot of changes in the market. There is a lot of changes in the environment, a lot of changes in the industry. So we need to keep update our knowledge. So continuous improvement is mandatory. So if you see any certification, right, every 3 years, every 2 years, every 4 years, and they will recertify. They will recertify. So when a person asks me about this question, I have done the training in so and so certification body. This is like international certification, American certification. I asked her only one simple question. This certification is based on what standard? What BOK? She is telling the no. When I looked at the course content, there is a lot of course content which is like a degree program. Nothing is related to a specific domain. So people should be very careful. People should first understand what is the difference between certificate and certification. Certification, which is going to validate my education, experience and knowledge, which is not going to teach me any new information, which is going to improve my current knowledge to the next level, or which is going to teach me the international standard, right? So we are all global citizen. After the globalization and everything, we become a global citizen, and we have to work. We are working in different countries, so we have to speak only one language. That one language is going to be a standard. So because first we need another one. We need to understand what is standard practices, what is best practices, what is standard, what is regulation, what is law. So if you know these four, then we can be able to differentiate the difference between certificate and certification. So I always advise the people, when you choose your certification body, when you choose your certification, you have to do your due diligence. That is very important. If you don't do it, so there is a lot of people, fake certification bodies are in the world. So we will become one of the victim of it. So if you understand the difference, definitely you will make a very good selection actually. So this is what I advise the people.